Now, I mean, we deal with so many weird and wonderful phobias, but I've never heard of this one. What is your actual fear? What's it called, do you know?
Masculophobia.
Masculophobia.
Yeah.
And what is it?
It's the fear of big animated costumes and masks, when like the whole body's covered and you can't see who's actually in there.
Okay.
And do you know when this started?
I was about 3, from what I've been told from my mum. So.
And what was the event?
I was in a supermarket and there was an Easter bunny, and apparently he approached me and I just lost it completely.
And now, how bad is it?
Very bad.
So what circumstances, what is it
How
that...
does it manifest itself?
I always get nervous when I have to go out to shops and shopping centres, especially around like this time of year. And I'm always on the lookout. If I see a bright colour, I'll freak out because I think automatically I assume in my head that it's a big mascot costume. So it's just anything. I'm just frantic all the time.
So Christmas is a nightmare. People out, fancy dress and parties and things like that.
Yeah.
And one of the worst experiences, I think, for you was at Disneyland, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
What happened there?
There was a Jungle Book parade and I was terrified, so I was in my buggy with my granny's coat over my head, and one of the orangutans saw me and he came running up and he put his head underneath the coat and said boo, and I just freaked.
Yeah.
I have to say, that would be pretty terrifying for anybody.
Yeah, King Louis from the Jungle Book.
God.
Surprises you underneath your coat. For you guys, how difficult is this?
Well, it's difficult in the fact that she doesn't actually remember what happened, because basically Mum's told her that something happened and you don't actually physically remember it yourself, do you?
No.
And therefore it's not like we've got a memory to work on, if that makes sense, because usually there's an installation with a phobia, because as I said many times, nobody's born with a phobia, so there's an installation moment, and what we do is condition that schema that created that moment, and we change it all. Whereas in this case, you know, it was a memory that was in some ways gifted to her, which is quite sad, but you can't actually remember it yourself.
No.
So it makes it more difficult.
I love doing it. I mean, basically, you're standing on a stage with a microphone. It's just you. You don't need guests or anything, and it's and you're making people laugh, which is the best thing in life.